Hey everybody, it's Marie here from Skeins, and I thought I would pop in and say hello because I popped down to Woolfeast last weekend and met a whole bunch of you, and it was just so great to finally put some faces to some names, catch up with some people I haven't seen for a really long time. And for those who went, wasn't it amazing? Rhiannon did an incredible job. It was just so amazing. It was really really buzzy, really full on. Woolfeast was just absolutely fantastic. So if you haven't been to Midwinter Woolfeast in Christchurch before, do make sure that you pop down and go visit again next year. So it's usually in the middle of June, and Rhiannon is on Facebook, so definitely check that out. Now, one of the really nice things about Midwinter Woolfeast is I also got to quick catch up with lots of people that come to Knit August Nights as well, which is in August, and one of those people was Libby Johnson, aka Truly Myrtle. Now, Libby has been absolutely full on and frenetic. She's been publishing patterns left, right and centre and really clearing decks and getting some really awesome design out there. And I tell you what, the hot pattern, one of the hot patterns that was selling there was the Timely Cardigan. So I have a photo here of the Timely Cardigan, and Libby had the sample down there, and it is an absolutely simple, stunning 4-ply cardigan. And the reason I knew it was just selling like absolute hotcakes is that a number of people I had orb fine on the site, and lots of people came to see me about particularly getting a contrast colour to go with their lovely hand-dyed yards. And what it is it's actually a striped cardigan, and you can't really probably see it. Do look it up on Ravelry, it's just under Timely. So it uses gorgeous multicoloured or hand-painted yarn with a combination of a solid contrast, and it just makes a really classic cardigan. It's a brilliant way of using up those 100-gram skeins of 4-ply sock yarn or hand-painted yarn that you have lurking about the place in your stash. I'm sure you've got them. I know I've got them. But if you're wanting to knit the cardigan and you don't have those yarns, or you're wanting to do something special, I've pulled some combinations for you. So when I had lots of people bringing colours to me, and we're looking at the likes of like the slate grey and the orb fine to work as a contrast. But this is the beautiful thing. If you've paid attention to your newsletter this week, we've now got the new opal yarns in store. And I tell you what, if you've this opal sock yarn, it would be perfect in the Timely cardigan. And I've done a few measurements, and it works out that basically you need, on average, about, not my size, but people who are a little bit more svelte than me, you could get away with one ball, a couple of balls of the opal, 2 balls of opal, and then probably 6 to 7 balls of a solid colour. And I mean, look at that. I mean, these are some combos. See, that's the slate there, the slate with that opal. But even, if you're more of a blue person, the blue would go really well with that. Or there's even some white in there. Hold on, just wait. Here's one I prepared earlier. See, look at that. So there's lots and lots of different colour combinations that you can play around with. That would be absolutely fantastic. I mean, here's another one. I mean, see, often you think, oh, how would that look at a pair of socks? But actually, in that cardigan, with that blue, with jeans, amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. There it is with white. Really fantastic. And that's the nice thing with this cardigan. I mean, Libby said that, gosh, she designed this, she said, in about years and years previous. She's absolutely thrashed it and worn it. And that's the thing I like about a lot of her designs. They're really wearable, and you can see them being worn every day and not just for a special occasion. So I think that Timely cardigan is going to be an absolute cracker. It's on Ravelry, Truly Myrtle, and yeah, so don't forget, if you haven't got some hand-dyed yarn, you'll need about 100 grams, 200 grams rather, 200 grams thereabouts of hand-dyed yarn or hand-painted yarn, or something a bit funky, and then about 6 to 7 balls, 50-gram balls rather, about 4 to 5 of the others for your contrast. So do have a look at that. It is just an absolute cracker. If you want some indie dyed yarn from us and you think you want to have a fiddle around, I'm just about to load this up. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Oh, lovely. And in fact, this camera doesn't show off how pretty this pink is. It's going to be called Grapevine. This one's from Orange Tail. That will be hopefully up by the end of the day. And this is another one, 4-ply. It's 4-ply merino. It's perfect for that Timely cardigan. And again, look at that, you know, lovely deep grey with that lovely pop of pink. Stunning. Woolfeast had lots and lots of really positive reactions around Woolfeast, sold like absolute hotcakes, and part of the reason was whilst I was flying down, I got my A into G and actually cast on this little baby. And as you can see, that is the Woolfeast in the mist mono. And that's the thing with monochromatic yarns. That's the mist mono there. They look at you, think, well, what are they going to look like knitted up? And not even just knitted up in a small sort of baby thing, but something wearable. So this here is the Nadia, what is going to be the Nadia scarf or shawl by Martina Beam. Now all of these patterns, Timely, this Martina Nadia, I'm going to put in the comments when I'm finished. Okay, so don't panic. I'm going to let you know what they are. So that's it there. And as you can see, what I was really pleased about, and this is the thing for us, it's a mechanised process that we use when we do these yarns, is you do worry about things being very samey. What I'm really happy with, and when especially on this week, and as you can see there, it is pretty even. The colour graduations and things are actually pretty evenly distributed, so we're really thrilled with that. And that sample was great. It was really good for people to see it, to touch it, and to feel it, and see how it worked out. And it's great because we've got that in the grey, but we've also got it in this beautiful glacier blue. So again, if you're looking at doing a Timely, I mean, look at that with its mate. And you know what I would be doing? I would actually be swapping it out. I would be doing the monochrome as your main colour, and then actually having this solid colour in between. I think that would look absolutely amazing. So those are two more colours that you can consider, but they're both tonal, so then even if you're going to do like a tonal shawl or scarf where you need to find something to make sure the colours all match, these two in Woolfeast are absolutely brilliant. Last but not least, I've got some more yarns coming through on the importers clearance. So I've been chatting to my friend, the importer, and he has got lots of really exciting little bits and pieces. And so I've got some 10-ply marls coming, New Zealand made, New Zealand fibre. Absolutely beautiful. There's a few naturals in there, and there's some colours in there. Having some people after some patterns for Aran weight or 10-ply weight patterns. So I'm hoping the stock will land in the next couple of days, and then I'll be getting my A into G to try and get that all loaded up for you next week. The other thing that will also be coming is this beautiful, and I don't know whether the camera will show the shine. You see the shine on that? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Now this is some mercerized cotton, and I'm getting these in just some really lovely pastel shades, perfect for babies, particularly if you've got babies that are due in warmer climates. So, and we see this a lot here in Hawke's Bay. You know, if you've got a summer baby being born, you're not going to be wrapping it up in layers and layers of merino. But this mercerized cotton is absolutely fantastic, because it just means that it's really washes really well. You could do singlets, you could do vests, and it's great for layering. So I've got, I think, about half a dozen sort of pastel colours arriving in that. It's imported, fantastic quality, and I'll let you know a little bit more when that arrives. And the other thing that has popped up onto the site, if you're eagle-eyed, is some more ash white gum wool. So in the 4-ply there is the beautiful quarry stone, which is the dark grey, so that is now there in the 4-ply, and also in 4-ply and DK is the natural cream. It has arrived. I know a lot have been waiting for it. It is there, it's loaded, it is all ready to go, so jump onto there and check those out. There's also some silver tussock, which is the beautiful soft sagey green and grey and cream in the DK, and there is the Ashmore. Ashmore's gorgeous. Ashmore is that beautiful dark broody sort of dark blues and greens and taupes and a russety sort of colour. So that's there in both 4-ply and DK as well. all loaded, all under the white gum section, so do definitely check that out. And last but not least, I did also put up, I think it was yesterday or the day before, a lot of people are on the hunt for nicks. It's a bit like hen's teeth. I've even had a text from Deb saying, how dare I have more nicks than she does at the moment from Outlaw Yarn, but I do. And she reckons I'm hoarding it. I would like to set the record straight right now. I do not hoard, I collect. And I collect so we can then have it available all for you. So when people accuse you of hoarding and stashing yarn, you're not hoarding and stashing, you're collecting. Remember that, okay? Collecting yarn. You're actually doing the yarn world a service by having it. And the most important thing is I have nicks. So if you want some nicks from Outlaw, jump onto the website and have a look, and we do have stock available. But other than that, I'm going to head away, and the weather is absolute rubbish here today, and it's going to get even more rubbish, and I hear it's rubbish for most of the North Island. So it's at times like this I think we'd like to be living in places like Dunedin, where it's, from what I understand, is absolutely stunning this time of year. But if you're going to get your needles out, do jump on, have a look at what we've got available, and start planning your Timely cardigans. I think they are. I think that's a perfect project for the winter coming up. So, Timely cardigan, truly myrtle, available on Ravelry. And as I said, I'll put all of those links in the comments when I get done here. But in the meantime, happy knitting, stitch on, and you're collecting. You're not hoarding. Bye.